What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our NFL Week 16 recap. We're going to go ahead and start off with the special Saturday edition of the games because obviously Sunday was Christmas. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. The Vikings and the Packers. Now, this had a lot of hysteria around it because allegedly the cornerbacks weren't listening to Mike Zimmer. Look, guys, it doesn't really matter. The Vikings are not making the playoffs. And when I say it doesn't really matter, I'm not saying that it was okay that Xavier Rhodes allegedly didn't follow protocol, because that's not the way you're going to win games in the National Football League. Pretty much you got to have a scheme. You got to have a scheme in order to beat teams, and if you don't follow the scheme and you're doing whatever you want, it affects the rest of the team. Obviously, it's not a one-on-one thing. It's not wrestling. Like if you're a wrestler and it's one-on-one and you want to do whatever you want, that's fine. It only affects you. But as a team, I don't know what the Vikings are doing. I really just don't know exactly what the whole situation was about. But that's pretty much what's being said. The Packers, either way, they've revitalized themselves and have come back to win a lot of games straight and do what they need to do to to make their playoff contention. But it's really bad what happened to the Vikings. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Preseason, I think before the regular season starts, Teddy Bridgewater is just running around in practice and just his leg just flies off. And then you bring in a guy in Bradford that he's always been an underachiever in the National Football League, and people made excuses for him. He had some good games, but he is Bradford, and it is what it is. Some quarterbacks are just not going to be what they're supposed to be, and he's one of those guys. Look, you draft guys high, number one overall. You think that they're going to do something, and they suck. It's happened. It always, look, what is it? Jamarcus Russell. We got Ryan Leaf. It happens, bro. Sam Bradford is definitely up there around that type of thing, but as far as the Vikings go overall, Mike Zimmer, I think Terrence Newman went over and said something to him. He had to dry snitch right quick. Whatever happened, Xavier Rhodes denied it. All we know is that in the second half, he shadowed Jordy Nelson like he was supposed to, and I think he had 9 yards. So I don't know. I'm not here to say that somebody's lying or whatever, but excuse me. But it is what it is. That the Vikings, they just really had a bad break towards the second half. Well, not even the second half. They went 5-0 and then just started losing every game possible at any time. So I really can't explain what happened with them, but the Vikings fans, I know, got to be hurting after last season with the Blair Walsh project and all that stuff, and then you come back this year and just outright suck when you're supposed to win. It has to hurt, man, but it is what it is. The Packers, though, they're looking pretty good. Titans and the Jags. We all know right now that Mariota broke his leg. It's just straight up fractured. He was playing like a total trash can before that happened, though. The Jaguars, what was it? It was a win and in, but I think the Titans still somehow made the playoffs because of another loss. But that's neither here nor there. The Jaguars have been terrible. I guess that's the proper word to use at this point. They've been terrible the entire year, and then for some reason they just come out there and beat the hell out of the Titans. Now, there's no excuse for the Tennessee Titans losing this game. In my opinion, the O-line of the Titans is very similar to the Dallas Cowboys, and I say that because Mariota can sit back there forever and just make a bad read, but he doesn't usually get touched. That's what I'm trying to figure out, how the hell he broke his leg, because nobody usually touches this guy. They protect him so well, and very rarely does anybody even come into contact with him, and somehow he breaks his leg, and it is what it is. I think that they're in the playoffs, but obviously they're not going to do anything. It's not like what are they going to do right now? It doesn't really make any sense. You got Matt Castle. Come on, bro. Did you see this guy's throw when he came in? I'm not even going to talk about the reason. Like, I understand you have to have be a backup because you suck and you're probably not a good starter, but you shouldn't have specific guys like Matt Castle on your team at all at any time. I'm just saying that because I don't think he's been good since he left the Patriots, and he wasn't even good with the Patriots. He was just Bill Belichick put together something for him to use, and he was good with it. The guy's horrible. The Titans are done. Whatever. Jaguars, you guys suck. The Jets and the Patriots. This game, Joe Namath actually tweeted during this game and said he's happy that he's also an Alabama fan, obviously college football, because the Jets are so bad. Now, Todd Bowles almost died. I don't know if he had a health scare where he had to go to the emergency room or something like this because he realized he was coaching the Jets. Let me just say something right now. He did end up making the game and all that stuff like that. I did send a tweet out making fun of it. Obviously, I hope Todd Bowles as well. I'm not, wishing anything sickness on anyone. That's not something that I do. But it's hilarious how bad these teams are. The Arizona Cardinals. Bruce Arians almost died when he looked at Carson Palmer in the face. These guys are so terrible, and it's really starting to affect coaches' lives. And Darrelle Revis, I really hope that he just goes to the owner and just says, look, Don't put me at safety. Put me at water boy in another stadium. The guy's a horrible player at this point. The guy sucks. He is disgusting. I don't even know why he's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw that holding penalty that they had in the red zone when the Patriots were about to have to kick a field goal. Like, he just does everything wrong. He used to be that guy. Now he don't get the calls his way no more. The refs realize that he's trash. Everything about him is trash. Darrelle Revis is a bum. And I couldn't say, it's a lot of great players that played for a while. Deion Sanders, Charles Woodson. Let me see, who else? There's a lot of other players. Vince Wilfork. There's a lot of players that have aged and have played. And they've done well for a long period of time. This guy, Darrelle Revis, is a certified bum. He just needs to go away and never come back. But the Patriots, I don't know what to say about this team, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew the Jets are garbage, and the spread for this game was about 13.5, 14. And I didn't take it. I didn't bet on it. I'm like, yo, it's no way. That's just too many points. Then I realized they were playing the Jets. And then I just screwed myself over and took another game that I don't think look, bro, whatever. I just didn't think that the Jets would go there and lay down. Todd Bowles' face displays everything, bro. He just looks like he's ready to just, I don't know. If I was him, I'd just resign. Like, don't even worry about getting fired. Just resign, because the Jets are trash. And it's not, a lot of people have said that they're not going to be Jet fans anymore after that game. I don't know what took them so long to realize the Jets are ass, but it is what it is. But the Patriots look primed. People said that they probably wouldn't be able to do well without Gronkowski. Even though they're playing a lot of trash teams at this point, I would say that they look pretty good going into the playoffs. They're doing what they're supposed to do at the right time. So it works. The Chargers and the Browns, let me see. The Browns got their first win. I don't understand why they did it like this. Why the Chargers had to go out and be that team that they beat, but the Chargers really didn't have anything to play for. Bob III, he came out and he played very, very well, but it wasn't. When I'm saying very, very well, I mean above his regular, usual trash standings. He made a couple plays. He looked really fast, but Joey Bosa's a stud. Several times during this game, Joey Bosa ran him down. And it just showed, and RG3 did look good as far as like his speed and stuff like that, what we're used to seeing with him. It's not like he looked bad. He did look like a decent, agile and, fast quarterback. Joey Bosa just looked better, in my opinion. I think that, the sky's the limit for that kid. I know that it was a huge thing with the holdout. Everybody was mad at him and stuff like that. Yo, go play, rookie, do your thing. But he's showing that he can be a skilled player in this league. I can see that visibly. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people can see that as well. But I will say that Bob III played decent, better than he has all season. What is this? He's like his third game? This guy sucks, man. Hugh Jackson may be fired probably before the end of the week. I don't know. I don't think... You know what? They might bring him back. I just don't know what's going to happen with this team overall, because it really does seem as if the Browns are just going to always be a franchise that just sucks. I think they were only good when Jim Brown was there. That's it. I don't know what else they're going to do, man. This team is horrible. The Chargers, they have their entire team on IR, so they've done as much as they can do. Phillip Rivers he's tried everything. I wasn't expecting them to be the team that lost, but that lost to the Browns. But it is what it is. I'm glad I didn't bet this game. I knew it probably was going to be a trap game because everybody was beating on the Browns, and I stayed away from it. That was pretty smart on my part. Redskins and the Bears. Look, the Bears came out and they did what they were supposed to do. They got raped. Whatever, bro. Look, the Bears suck. How is John Fox still a coach though? But he's going to be gone soon. I do really believe that John Fox would be eliminated from coaching ever in the NFL league. Probably they could have him up in the stadium, like, sweeping up trash or something in one of the skyboxes with the owners. But he's not going to be a guy that's going to, I don't know. I think he might be fired. I think Jay Cutler leaves. They're going to probably do a couple other things, but I don't expect a lot of the Bears faculty and players to be back next year unless they like losing. That could be a thing. Certain people get used to losing so much that they continue to do it and they like it at some point, but I don't really know. It is what it is, guys. I really can't tell you if that's what's going to happen, but I do believe that if the Bears want to do, they're going to have to just cut ties with Jay Cutler outright, and just try to move on from that situation, because it just doesn't make sense. It's like the Bears are going backwards. Lovie Smith, in my opinion, it's like, this guy John Fox is a white Lovie Smith. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, get him out of there. Redskins, Kirk Cousins, man. Look, guys, when people ask me, should they pay Kirk Cousins? I say yes. Would I pay him? Probably not. But I'm just saying he's enough for the Redskins to be a contender. I'm telling you, like, listen, he's going to make bad reads, going to do whatever he wants at certain points. I understand all that. But look, when it's all said and done, I think that he's a decent quarterback in this league. And I've been saying that forever. The dude throws up outrageous yardage week to week, no matter who he's playing. What else do you want from the guy? I don't know what else you could do. But I'm just saying that I look for different things in my quarterbacks. And I don't think that at this point he's clutch. I think he could put up yards. I just don't think he's clutch. That's my only problem with him. And that's where I stand with that. Falcons and the Panthers. Obviously, we know at this point the Panthers are not making the playoffs. They've been an extreme disappointment. The Falcons just outright destroyed them, had no respect for them, did whatever they wanted to do to them. It was a very, very poor showing, but I did like Cam Newton's hat. He was definitely in the Christmas spirit. He's a joke. And that's pretty much what I have to say about him. The guy sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, I can't really say it like that. Does he suck? Probably not. Probably going a little bit too hard. But he wasn't. Look, man, the guy sucks. Whatever. I don't care. Go ahead, bash me. Whatever, bro. Let me know what you think about him. If you're a Panthers fan, just let me know how good he is. And then look at the record and tell me about it too. The Falcons, they've done what they needed to do. Matty Ice, a.k.a. Matty Dry Ice from the past. We have to see how he will be in the playoffs. Obviously, they've clinched the NFC South, so we have to see how that works out. We got to see if, you know, Matt Ryan is ready to go, man. Julio Jones should be out there. Sanu should be out there. They got Freeman. They got Coleman. They should be a team that people don't want to see. They should be able to go out there and handle business. But I have to wait and see it, man. I've already seen this story many times, so I'm not excited about it by any means. I just got to see how it performs. I got to see what happens. I want to see exactly what goes on with this. Okay? For all you Falcon fans out there, here it goes right now. You got one more week, and then we're going to see what all the trash you're talking about with me in the beginning of the season. All right, moving on. Dolphins and the Bills. Allegedly, Rex Ryan was trying to ice the kicker. Allegedly. I don't really know why Rex Ryan is still a coach in this league. I don't know why his brother, Rob Ryan, is a coach in this league. I don't know how they managed to be on the same team. The NFL is great, bro, because they just do whatever they want, and it's pretty good, man. It's actually pretty good that you can see both these douchebags on the sideline just running around and doing whatever they want as the Bills lose. But the Dolphins are making the playoffs. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is happening. There's a lot of things I can't really explain. I'm pretty sure even Dolphin fans can't explain it. I actually thought the other Florida team would make it, but obviously I was wrong, just like a lot of other people. But I admit when I'm wrong. So, you know, just looking at this overall, I can't believe the Dolphins are in the playoffs. And that's just, it is what it is. I would have thought that the Bills would somehow be able to make it, but then at the beginning of the year, I said to myself, with the two Ryans on the same team, probably not going to work out too well. And I guess at that point I was right about, because they suck. But we'll see how the Dolphins perform and what goes on with it. Listen, man, come on. If the Dolphins beat anybody, bro, I'm not betting that. I would not bet on the Dolphins. Unless the line is like something crazy. I'm not betting on the Dolphins, bro. And it has to be them being the underdog. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't really... I'm looking at it right now, and I still don't believe that they're in the playoffs. But maybe I'm just a hater. It could be that. Colts and the Raiders. The Raiders, wow, man. Yo, Derek Carr, good stuff by you. This dude, what does he have, a fractured fibula? So people have all kinds of legs broke. I don't know, but he's out indefinitely. The Raiders have made the playoffs. I think they got a first-round bye also, and they're going to be eliminated in the first round. Pretty ill, though. I don't know how this team is going to manage without Derek Carr. Bro, you're not coming back in 2 weeks from a broken leg. You're not Terrell Owens in the Super Bowl with the Eagles, bro. I don't know what this guy's doing, but it was a lot of freak injuries. You know, Carr and Mariota in the same day. Like, this is, wow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to really, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I really just don't know what to say about this. It was very, very, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it happened. I feel so bad for the Raiders fans. I don't know what to say to comfort you guys. And they're not going to win anything. You want me to be honest about it? What? They can't win. How do they win without Carr? I don't know. Listen, guys, put something in the comments, guys and girls. I know there's a lot of female football fans as well. Whenever I say guys, that's always universal for guys and girls, just so everybody knows that. But if you guys have a plan for how the Raiders are going to win in the playoffs, let me know. Derek Carr is out. It's not going to happen. We already knew that the Colts suck. That's not something that we were worried about. Andrew Luck, I got to wait to see what actually happens with him. Because people are still making excuses for him. He might be hurt a little bit. His team sucks. The wide receivers don't get open. There's a lot of things still going on. I gotta wait to see exactly what actually happens before I really, really go in on Andrew Luck. But in my opinion, he's not gonna live up to what he's been paid for and to what he was put in the league for. My opinion. But the Raiders, man, I don't know. I don't know, guys. When you ask me this, I don't know. Okay? So I want to know from you, how do the Raiders do anything without Derek Carr? I just don't think it happens. 49ers and the Rams. The Rams, bro, they fired Jeff Fisher. I'm very, very happy about that. I enjoyed it. I said to myself, you know what? They might be able to come out here and get a win. And what do? They lose. Okay. I just, you know what it is about, you gonna lose to the 49ers, though. Chip Kelly is by far the worst coach to ever coach in the National Football League. And you go out there and you lose to them. That's really what happens. Okay. I don't really know what to say about it. Both these teams are horrible and horrid. I don't know exactly how to explain that more than just telling you they are horrid. They are the epitome of what the bottom of the NFL is, these two organizations right here, at this point. Chip Kelly has to be fired. And if he's not, the 49ers organization is too historically respected to have a coach like Chip Kelly come back for another year. And if they don't believe that and they want to have him there and continue to do what they're doing, that's on them. I'm never gonna. I got nothing to say about that. It is what it is. I have nothing to say about that because the 49ers, it has so much history within that organization. And you got a guy like Chip Kelly running around that looks like, what is he? Humpty Dumpty? I don't even know what that guy is. Like a freaking gummy bear. He needs to get out of there right now. The Rams, they need to hire a new coach. Fast. Cardinals and Seahawks. Too little, too late, man. You know what I'm saying? Cardinals, now you want to win games. You know what I'm saying, bro? When it don't matter no more, you want to win now. You almost killed your coach because Carson Palmer is so sucky. He's so trash. Bruce Arians is like, yo, he woke up in the morning, his wife was like, yo, oh, yeah, honey, Carson Palmer's your coach, and he almost died. Like, this team right here, I'm going to tell you this right now, man. Carson Palmer has to go away to a far, far land in the Disney movie and never come back, and I think the Cardinals will be good. Fitzgerald is way too old. I don't know if can he come back into the season and do anything? You know what I'm saying? I know it's one more week, but they're pretty much done. Whatever. The Seahawks, I don't want to say that they're not going to do anything because it's possible that they may do something in the playoffs, but they are not. They're just losing every goddamn game. That I don't know, man. They're losing games that they're supposed to win. They're losing division games. They're not supposed to be losing these games right now. I know they got the playoff berth, but they're not supposed to be losing these games like this, man. At this point, you got to be taken off and be ready to go. You can't lose to teams that have no relevance within the playoff structure. You can't lose this game. They found a way to lose, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think the Seahawks still has what it takes to make noise. The Cowboys, though. The Cowboys with home field advantage. Look, man, I don't know. I really believe the Cowboys and the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, but we'll wait to see what happens. Buccaneers and the Saints. Again, Drew Brees. People always say to me, what do you think about Drew Brees? The thing about Drew Brees is I don't know what Drew Brees I'm going to get. That's the thing about it. I don't know what Drew Brees I'm going to get. This is the problem. And this is what people need to understand. Drew Brees is a great quarterback. I could not deny that. I don't know how anybody can deny that. That doesn't make any sense for anyone to try to deny it, okay? But the team around him sucks, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense to anybody? I think it makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. The team around him is total trash, okay? It's total trash. And that is the major issue that I'm having right now. I'm trying to figure out, between me and you guys, like, what exactly is going on right now with the Saints organization? Because I think that if they give him some more tools offensively, they'll be even more empowered, but their defense is horrid. And I don't understand, obviously these are matchups where it's division matchups. You don't never know what's going to go on. Either team, no matter how good they're going, they'll beat each other. But Drew Brees is the kind of guy that'll just come out and just do whatever he wants. And then if the defense gives him like 1 or 2 stops, it's a wrap. So imagine if they had a better defense. But Drew Brees doesn't have that many years left. I know they just signed him to an extension. I don't know why. But he doesn't have that many years left. And a freak injury for a quarterback that, they thought was done a decade ago, it's only going to get worse as he gets older. The guy is great, but I just don't know how much more he has left. The Buccaneers, Jameis Winston, I love the growth. I love what he's doing. But again, emotion takes control of this young man, and he really needs to calm it down to use it for positive use because it's not working out for him in a positive fashion. In my opinion, it's just not working out for him in a positive fashion. He has to really focus on using that to help the team grow because other than that, it doesn't really mean anything. If you're just going to run out there and just have emotion and just be doing everything wild and still lose games, you're not going to get credit for being an emotional leader. He has to be able to bottle that in and use that to encourage other men to go forward with him and walk together as a team. People are going to look at this as if it's a lack of leadership. I don't think that it's a lack of leadership. I just think that he's still growing and they got to give him a little bit more time to fit into his role. Because I think he's going to be a decent quarterback in this league. I think he has all the tools. He's very, very elusive for his size, and he's very deceptive with the way that he just looks like he looks like he's kind of fat, but he moves around very, very agile, and he knows what he's doing. He's like a tiger. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like the dude's like he's really, really frisky. I do like overall what is going to be happening with the Buccaneers. If they're able to just build a little bit on both sides of the field, I think that they can make some moves in the coming future. The Bengals and the Texans. The Texans, you know what's crazy about this? Osweiler, bro, yo, that dude's a bum, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Bill O'Brien making that move to bench him, that was huge. The Bengals are trash. We're not going to talk about the Bengals. If Marvin Lewis, he was known as the guy that goes to the playoffs and always loses. Now, he's known as the guy that just loses. If he continues to be a coach in the National Football League, somebody has to talk to the owner and just say to him, look, when he was making the playoffs and losing, that was all good. You know, he was getting that extra week money. All that stuff was going on. It was cool. Now, you're not even making the playoffs. We need to talk about something. This dude is a bum coach. The dude is a joke. He's an outright, yo, how is it? What do we have to do to get jobs like this, guys? What do we have to do to just be able to go out there and do nothing? Just don't do anything that your job description says to do. As a head coach, you're supposed to win in the league. This guy does not do that. But he gets paid and gets extensions and continues to coach. How does this happen? Somebody just needs to explain this to me so I can know and I can go put my homies on and we can all go in and do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is happening right now? Marvin Lewis is a joke. The kicker of this team is a joke. The whole organization is a joke. This is all a joke. I don't know how this guy... Bro, what are the Bengals doing? You can't beat the Texans? Bro, Tom Savage, though? Listen, man. Let me just tell you this, guys. The Bengals have been doing this for a long time. The only thing that's good about Ohio... Listen, just be glad that the Cleveland Cavaliers are there. And that was a big win, by the way, against the Golden State Warriors. Kyrie Irving is clutch. But I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. The Bengals, if you're a Bengals fan, why? Why are you a Bengals fan? Leave it in the comments. Just let me know. I got to know because, there's always a Bengals fan that's diehard. I speak to them. I see them. I just don't know how they live with themselves because you just believe whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. Yo, look, these guys. Yo, Marvin Lewis, bro. One more week. It's week 17. Once we know what's going on, I think that they're waiting to fire him in week 17. It just doesn't make any sense that this man is still a coach in the league. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how this is possible. It doesn't make any sense, man. Kudos to the Texans, man. They lost J.J. Watt beginning of the year. All stuff was going on. They had Brock Osweiler, which was always something against them, and they still managed to be able to be where they are right now. Kudos to those guys. Ravens and Steelers. This was a last-minute victory with the Steelers. They pulled it out. It's a wrapperoni with cheese. The Ravens, they suck, man. Listen, man. I'm just calling it as it is. They're supposed to win this game easily. I don't know what they're doing, but I kind of like it. I like it a lot. But the Steelers, I think they clinched a playoff berth with this win, I believe. I got to go check my my statistician records, but it was a very, very exciting game, especially in the fourth quarter, man. I really enjoyed it. I know you guys did too. And when I say the Ravens suck, obviously I'm just being, a douchebag about it. They played a hard game, but sometimes it works out like this, man, where you just get your ass whipped. There's nothing I can really say about it, man, other than the Steelers are in the playoffs, and I don't think anybody really wants to play the Steelers because you don't know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates with Forrest Gump. You really don't know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So we have to wait to see how this works out. But I highly, highly doubt that the Steelers are eliminated in the first round. All right? So just keep that in mind. Broncos and the Chiefs. The Broncos are horrible. We knew that once they didn't have a quarterback. I'm very, very happy that they got rid of Brock Osweiler, but they don't have a quarterback that's going to help them in this league. The Chiefs started this game off crazy 21 points in the first quarter. It was a wild, ravishing. But at the end of the day, Von Miller got paid, right? That's what they spent most of their money on. He got paid. So I'm happy for him. But overall, what's the answer for them at quarterback? I don't think they have the answer at quarterback on the team right now. And John Elway has to be thrown up in his mouth because you overpaid Von Miller. Well, not overpaid. I'm very happy he got his money, but I think that could have been utilized in other parts that were needed, like quarterback. And now, as a Broncos fan, where do you go? You're going to have to figure out loopholes to try to get something, and it's going to be very, very difficult with the way that the contract is structured for Von Miller, unless they're able to restructure it. I hope you enjoyed this Week 16 podcast. Definitely subscribe. Download it for free. iHeartRadio, iTunes. One love.